Another blood-red sunset and yet another moon face, and still another 100 miles to my next resting place. Driving down the road, eyes on the horizon. Within my car, I'm all alone, but feeling good and feeling strong, knowing that this path I'm on brings me to myself. I'm driving.
Hey y'all, I'm Jules. Welcome back to another episode of Spirit Sherpa, the show that helps and encourages you on your journey to unlock your magic mojo. With me as always is the spirit doctor, Kelly Sparta. Hey Kelly, what's up?
Hey Jules, I'm excited.
I am too. What are you excited about?
I'm excited because we got a new cover for the podcast, which everybody's probably seen by now. But now you know that it's a new cover. And if you've been here for the entire 4 years, then you'll know that this is our third cover that we've been through. And yeah, I had to replace it because I spoke with a consultant who said nobody cares what my face looks like. So
Okay, I will professionally disagree with the consultant. I'm just saying we have a really cool tribe and we all love you. So I'm just, geez, a little harsh there.
Everybody who had top episodes had their face on the cover. So I thought, okay, I'll just put my face on the cover. And then they were like, no, don't do that. I'm like, okay. So it's a cool new cover, though. It is very cool.
It is very pretty.
It is very pretty. So we're excited about it. And no, I didn't take personally at all. I don't care. Whatever works, that's fine. So we are, normally I would talk to you about Panama, but I don't want to because Jewel is fangirling. She is geeking out over here.
I am.
Like, I do not want to waste time on chit chat today because we have Patti Negri with us. Patti is she's a psychic medium and good witch. And she's best known for her recurring role on the Travel Channel and Discovery Plus's #1 show, Ghost Adventures. And she's also on the Paranormal Show on YouTube, TFIL Overnight with Elton Castee. And she is the international bestselling author of Old World Magic for the Modern World: Tips, Tricks, and Techniques to Balance, Empower, and Create a Life You Love. She has appeared on dozens of shows like MasterChef and Wipeout and America's Got Talent, to influencers and YouTubers and crossover talents. And she's got this big old long list of things that she's just freaking impressive is really what it comes down to. She's been on tons of magazine covers and contributed to 20 different books. And, she's worked with legends like Emma Stone and John Voight and Josh Duhamel. I know who he is. I just can't pronounce his name. Chevy Chase and Gregory Hines. She has a popular weekly podcast too. So pay attention. If you guys are listening to my podcast, you're going to love hers. It's called The Witching Hour, and she has just launched her second weekly podcast as well. And I'm sure she'll tell us about that in a few minutes. And she's, which is called Patti Negri's Haunted Journal. Ooh, that sounds exciting. And she's the vice president of Paraflix streaming service, and she is a partner and educator at University Magicus, an online spirituality school, which she has been trying to talk me into coming and teaching on, and we're going to talk about it because I'm actually kind of excited about that concept. So you might see me there too. So Patti, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. You guys are adorable. Thank you.
So Jules has been telling me about, she's like, when I win the lottery, I'm going to Romania with them. That's what she was talking about before we got on the call with you.
I'm like, that is on my millionaire, because my millionaire bucket list, because y'all just came back from Romania. And I was like, I want to go. I just want to go.
I know. I like this new travel thing, this kind of like adventure travel when they're bringing in, we get to go do magic, and just got back from Ireland, did a thing in England, then did a thing in Ireland, and doing magic, anywhere is fabulous. Doing magic in a castle from the year 1200 it's just amazing. Got to go to a fairy farm. So yeah, travel the world with me. Travel the world.
Come to Panama. We'll do magic on the side of a volcano.
Yes. Never been to one of those. Never been to Panama. Yeah. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I got to make some more money.
Manifest.
Yeah,
Baby,
exactly.
manifest. I think
Exactly.
Patty's got something for that in her book.
I do.
So tell us when, now that you've said that, we have to know what the manifestation is for that. For Jules,
Okay.
Jules wants to go on a trip around the world with you. So, how did she pick for that?
Okay. The best thing, money, as we know, money is just energy. Everything is energy. We could trade rocks. We could trade crystals. We could trade stones. We, meaning the world, turned money into this the almighty dollar, the almighty, making it a hard thing. It isn't. If we, as we know, as we're all magical people, change your perspective, you change your reality. So I usually start people out with money. It's energy. Add zeros to a $1 bill. You got a 10, then you got 100, then you got 1,000. Zeros. I start out people by learning that by burning a dollar bill, which is a federal offense, which makes me even more happy just because it's like, challenge, but you don't get in trouble. I promise. I actually did check with the federal government. If you burn a dollar bill, they're not going to come and arrest you and take you away, unless you ask them to replace it. I think if you burn money and ask them to replace it, they get really mad, but probably not even a $1 bill. But that's it. It's changing our perception. I'm a big believer of that mind, body, spirit that 20,000 books are written about. You'll never surpass your belief system. Got to start there. Body, got to take action. And the spirit is that faith or magic behind it. In witchcraft, it's the same kind of a thing. We call it creation, working, dispatch. Creation. Oh, I love spell, money spell. Oh, I'll do it on this day, the day of. Taking action, whether you're carving the candle or burning the dollar bill. And the spirit is the faith or magic behind it. So you could use science terms. You could use new age terms. You could use religious terms. You could use witchy terms. You could use no terms. It's just the energy. So we'll start out with burning a dollar bill.
Okay, so I have my dollar bill and I'm going to burn it. And then what do I do?
Well, actually, there's a little thing to it because first, what I would do for you first, actually, I would say, okay, first we have to, everything is intent, everything is energy. So first I would set up sacred space as we do. First, I would say, look at what you want, figure out what you want because you got to see it. And then I would have you look at everything that's in the way of that. Belief systems, what your mama told you, money is tough, whatever that is, you have to work hard, all these belief system we just bought into. Then I would probably tell you, where does that sit in your body? And then where you can release that. Does that sit in your gut? Does that sit in your head? Does it sit in your jaw? Looking what that is. So I might even have you just burn up everything in the way just before you burn the dollar bill. Maybe you have to do that, or maybe you can just choose to release it. Then I'd have you, if you have herbs and oils, you can use them. If you don't, that's great too. I'd get the dollar bill and I'd have you write with passion all over both sides of the dollar bill what you want. Be specific as you can to, even things like, no college debt, blah, 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 what you want them to check. Passion. Passion is everything. Passion fuels the spell. I want sweat dripping down your face. I want you to see it. Then I want you to, again, if you want herbs and oils, great. If not, great. Roll it up towards you like you're rolling a nice big doobie or something. Then you see this dollar bill right here. And then I want you to get the match out. I want you to burn the heck out of it and do some really beautiful chant like, money here, money now, money come to me. Money here, money now I see. And you're chanting and you're moving and you're burning and you're seeing the smoke come up and you're seeing the flames. And dollar bills are beautiful. They burn because they're not really paper. They're material of some sort. And it's so beautiful. And then you have this beautiful ash and you see what you've done and you've looked at the dollar bill. It's just words. You have powerful ash for one. I have been doing it for decades and every single time it's just been a downfall of whatever. And I've got hundreds and thousands of people. I've got hundreds of thousands of views doing this on my YouTube. And some people, sometimes it's weird if they still have money things. It's like, wow, I want $300 for a new computer. And if they still have weird money issues, somebody just gave them a new computer instead. We work around your things, but it's perception. Money is easy. And that's a really good chant to have. Money is easy. Money is fun. Not money is hard and it's on the run, chant, move. So that's it. Burn your dollar bill and then just doors open up, live into it as we do with all of our creation manifestation. It's basic manifestation stuff, but it works. The magic is in the burn.
All right. I have homework. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, we're all going to help Jewel with her homework right now. So everybody who's listening at home, just close your eyes for a minute and see Jewel in Romania on the trip and having the time of her life with no worries about paying for anything. And just everything is easeful and fun and cool. And Jewel is having the best blast of a time.
Yay! I like this dream.
Nothing like supercharging with everybody else helping out.
Okay, I just got chills all the way down my back. All right, cool. Thank you.
Disappointed.
Ooh. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that.
I can see it.
So this is one of those, where you join together energies, things get amplified, right?
Yeah. Everything's vibrating. I love it.
Yeah. So just be prepared for things to break down in your life now, because anything that was in the way is going to break down. You just had 7,000 people plus try and help you with that. So yeah.
And she's like, I'm still in Romania. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Click my heels
you're in Romania.
You've got all this stuff in the background. Are you actually still in Romania?
No. This is my house. I'm not in Romania.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, that's a lot of stuff in the background to bring to Romania.
No, this is the subtle empty room.
Of course, yes. No, I'm in the subtle empty room from the rented, the furnished home in Panama that they decided that a furnished house didn't need any decorations on the walls. So this is the empty home, hence the pure white background. This is not a virtual background. So
not a widescreen.
Yeah, no widescreen. Yes. So anyway, Patti, tell us more about who you are and what you do, and what drew you to this work.
Okay, to this work, I, again, kind of born with it, with the gift, talking to dead people since I could talk. I thought everybody could. I do think kids really do have the gift. It just gets taught out of us in our modern, non-mystical Western society. Obsessed with the other side, had been holding seances since I was 7 or 8. On the witchy shamany side of things, I've been in my little suburban backyard picking rosemary and mint and stuffing it in my mom's purse and just kind of knowing that would give her more money or that would give her whatever. So it's just kind of in the blood. But it was always a very separate part of my life. I had the practice. I've discovered the craft and pagan path early. I tried every path out there. I wasn't raised with anything. I had a very practically evangelical atheist grandfather, very famous. So we didn't talk religion, God, deity, anything like that. So I got my choice of everything and I settled on a very elemental pagan path, but I kept it separate because I was in the Hollywood industry. I was a producer. I was an actor. And I thought these people just cannot know that I'd talk to dead people and, dance around bonfires. I just can't. That's my private world. This is my public world. But in 2008, when that big corporate crash happened, and I produced corporate shows, and corporate entertainment became a dirty word, and reality television was jumping up, even though I had a private practice. And I remember somebody said, okay, we would love for you to do, knowing my gift of seances, the way I lift the veil so everybody gets to see and experience, we need you to do a seance on a TV show. I go, no, I can't. That's my private world. I can't. No, please. No, I really can't. That's my private life. And I'm looking at my Opta calendar and they're going, oh, please. I go, what's the name of the show? And they go, it's called Mobile Home Disaster. And it's on country music television. And I'm like, nobody will watch that. Okay. Who'd watch a show called Mobile Home Disaster on country music television? Everybody who would know, even at that time in 2008, who would know what reality would become. So I did it and it was fun. It brought back my improv background, my sketch. I got to truly help a human little girl who everybody thought was crazy because she was drawing vortexes on the ceiling. No, there was a vortex on the ceiling of her mobile home. And I got to help this little spirit child. And I'm like, this is great. I love it, but I'm never going to do it again. But man, this was fun. I'm never going to do it again.
Famous last words.
Yeah, exactly. And of course it aired a month or two later. my very first phone call was from my biggest corporate client, a national bank that I traveled the world creating these shows for. Hi, Patti. I saw you on TV last night. Oh, as my voice raises. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you were in the paranormal. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I love the paranormal. And I'm like, and I had the best conversation with this like bank president I had ever had. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm a person about authenticity. And I go, I'm out of the closet. I'm out of the broom closet. I'm out of the psychic closet. I'm out of the medium closet. And so it just went this way. Now I still have my production company, but don't even have time. I don't have time because now it's like, this is my passion. I used to would teach, motivation or in the HR department and sales, song and dance extravaganzas, everything about empowerment and motivation. But now I get to do it in my world, our human world. I don't care what your belief system is, but it's about empowerment and motivation. And I get to do it from my true world and outside the corporate setting. So it's much more fun.
Absolutely. That's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, it's so funny. Before we got on this call, we were talking, and you were like, "We're the same person," and I'm like, yes, I come from a theater and an improv background too, so we are the same person in so many ways.
We are the same person. I can even tell us apart.
Yeah.
If you live on a volcano, and I live under the Hollywood sign.
You live in the middle of the drought central, and I live where we get 7 hours of torrential rain, so we are balancing each other. That's why. There you go. So, okay. So that's such a cool story, right? So if you had to think about the people that you work with, right? What is the one thing that they ask you the most?
Most everybody just wants some kind of assurance that there's more than this. There's more than what we see on TV every day. There's more than, because in traditionally, when times are scary, looking back through all of history, people would go to religion. They'd go back to church because 100 years ago, and a lot of people are doing that. For some people, traditional religion isn't holding up for them so well. So they're getting a little alternative, more shamanic, pagan, new age, and that's great. Some people don't even want that, but they want to know there's more than what I see on TV. There's more than this. They're becoming paranormal investigators. They're becoming ghost hunters. They're watching ghosty TV. So I don't want that religion stuff. I don't want that deity stuff, but I have to know there's more than this. So that's the audience I've kind of fallen into. It's interesting though, because now then they fall into this world and they see that there's more than this. Then they kind of go, wait, I need a belief system. And then they discover spirituality of any form. Whatever form works for them is great. Lots of ways to get from here to there. So it's the back door in. But I really think that's why paranormal stuff is getting bigger and bigger. I mean, I have a network that does nothing but paranormal now. Paraflex, Travel Channel is nothing. Discovery. I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger. And now versus just being, we're ghost hunters and get an EVP. All this little magic is the spirituality, this reason for life behind it is great.
Yeah. And I have found that. And tell me if this has been true for you too, because in my experience, I had a very similar thing where I finished, I was in real estate, I was selling real estate. And I finally, I started telling people what I did and who I was. And they started asking me to do readings on every house we walked them into. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Right. But, in long about 2016, when Trump won, I started to see a huge flood of people into the spiritual world. Did you see that too on your side?
You betcha.
Yeah. And then in 2020, it amped up even further when we were all forced into hermitage, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's the awakening is just banging, right?
I think it was all a great big wake up call from like, hey, you guys are asleep. Wake up.
One of the things that Kelly does a lot in the program, and we talk a lot about here on Spirit Sherpa, is about, not giving your power away, taking your power back, stepping into your power, and you have to, go back, get rid of all your old crap that you've been, all those belief systems and everything that you've been told you're, not worth crap. Get rid of all that and really just own it and all that. So, in doing magic, and I've kind of been on this journey for a couple of years now with Kelly, and I listened to your podcast, Switching Hour, and kind of stepping into that and really being open to it and all. What are some things that other people can be mindful of that would be blocks to, hey, I'm having a hard time. My magic's not working. My manifestation is not working, connecting to said power or feeling it. What are some blocks that they can be aware of?
I think what it is, again, we have to feel it. We have to be part of it, or it's nothing. Doubt kills everything. Passion is what drives life, with magic, spirituality, connection, and everything. And I think the thing that gets away, we do give away our power. And at least a magical path is a power. We take the power back. We don't just do what people tell us to. We take it. But the thing I think that we get in trouble for is we're out of balance. We get out of balance in this modern world. Everything is fast paced. Everything is in a hurry. We have got unconnected to nature because we're in tall buildings with controlled light and controlled temperature and controlled everything. We've just kind of, and that puts us sometimes into little nummy places and become these little zombies. So it's about balance, looking at what that is. So what I did, since I'm an elemental witch, I'm an elemental girl. I'm like, let's take that element into who we are. Also because I'm a busy girl, I had to make everything fast for us. The reason I even created my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World, is like, yeah, it is great to meditate for an hour, and I will whenever I can. But I have 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds to pull it together. I'm doing this, or I'm walking on stage, or I'm walking with a client. So if we put the world into elements, which we've gotten so far away of, so air, fire, water, earth, the four basic. Earth is who you are. It's north. I work in elemental compass. Whatever you put in the north is the compass you work, for those who. So if north is your earth, it's who you are, your persona, your home, how people know you. Oh, she's funny, she's smart, whatever. Earth. Your fire down below in the south, that's your passion. So it's what drives you, who you are and what drives you, north and south. This is Patty. She's this and she's this, and this driver. Where we get off balance usually is west and east. West and east is like an airplane going sideways and sideways. I'm doing this for my arms. For everybody who cannot see me, I'm looking like a bird. West is our water element. It's our emotions. It connects to emotions. Water is almost 60% of our body. Water is almost 70% of our planet. It has to flow. The emotions can't be stuffed down, blocked, judged, put there. And air is our thought pattern, our focus, our clarity. And air is attached to breath. And nobody breathes anymore. We're always in a hurry, just holding our breath, breathing slowly, breathing quickly. So basically, if you put it into the elements, air, fire, water, who we are and what drives us, our emotions and our thoughts, our emotions and our thoughts. What gets off balance? Our emotions and our thoughts. What do we need more than anything to survive more than a few minutes or days? Water and air, water and air. So I also go by that psychological concept of 20,000 books of mind, body, spirit. Mind will never surpass our thought pattern. We know that. If you don't think you can do it, you really can't. If you think you can, conquer and get here, you probably can. Mind, basic psychology. Body, we have to take action. You have to get off the couch. Got it. And spirit, that's the less tangible people don't get, but that's the battery that makes it happen. Lots of things actually can be done through spirit. You could do it through your belief system, through religion, go to church, go to temple, prayer. That's the faith behind it, spirit. You could do really new age, vision boards and affirmations, or you could do a spell working, candles and herbs and oils. But everybody could look at everything you've ever accomplished in your life. You believed you could do it or that you deserved it. You've taken action. And you've had that power, spirit, magic behind it. So I'm like, okay, in the craft, I call it creation, working, dispatch. Creation, I'm going to do this. And the working is I am carving. And the dispatch is that, wah, chanting, drumming, sending it up. But so how do we do this into 30 seconds? Using those said elements. So, if say you're not as happy as you could be, we should all be happy. If you wake up every day, even whatever situation, you're alive, be happy. So if you're not as happy as you could be, or maybe you're not as productive as you could be, I should do this and I don't want to. Or equally important, you're not as conscious as you can be. Like we were just talking about, we don't want to be terms we use all the time: asleep at the wheel, phoned in, automatic pilot. No. So if you're not a happy, conscious, or aware as you want to be, what's out of balance? What is out of balance? What if you get, is it your emotion? Somebody flipped you off on the freeway. You got in a fight with your roommate or your spouse. That is your water element. What you need is water, running water. Just like an aspirin takes away a headache, running water releases the emotion. That's why you feel so good after a shower. That's why if you have a little fountain or you live by a waterfall or anything like that, it just, whether you believe it or not, it just works. You can't jump in a shower 1,000 times a day, but you can almost everywhere find running water, a sink, a water fountain, a hose, pouring a bottled water on your hand. So if you go to the mind, body, spirit, and you're going, oh, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm worried, I'm angsty, I don't even know what it is, but it's my emotion. Walk up to that sink. Mind. Talk to, whether you're talking to the element of water itself, whether you're talking to God, whether you're talking to your higher self, it doesn't matter. With this water, make a statement. I'm going to release my angst, my anger, whatever. Run your hands, body, underwater for 30 seconds. The second you touch the water is the magic little aspirin button. Within 30 seconds, you will healthfully release the angst, anger, sadness, fear, whatever it is, in a healthy way. Instead of storing it in your jaw or storing it in your belly or giving yourself a tummy ache, you've healthfully released it and it's gone, really gone, mind, body, spirit. And now if you need to deal with what caused it, you can go talk to your roommate, your spouse, without being a screaming idiot. Okay, this is why I'm mad. You can release it. So that's water, tears, water. But say, okay, it's not my emotions. My emotions are fine. It's just, I can't think straight. I've got a foggy brain. I've got to I've got to go. I've got to do this. I've got to work. Chatty brain. We all just chatter. That is our air element. Air is breath. That's why we do breathing exercises. That's why we relax in yoga class. That's why our meditation is so good. But again, if you have 30 seconds, what can you add to the breath? I do a lot of sound magic, heka work. So without going through every vowel and consonant, which has an effect on us, vowels clear the head. Vowels, any vowel, any order. Think about it. Every sacred word is a vowel. Almost. Amen. Om. Native American, hey, East Indian, opens up this crown of illumination. So if you go, okay, I need to opening vowel. So mind, body, spirit. Okay. So whether you're talking to the element of air itself, your head, your brain, your thinking process, God, higher self, with this 30 seconds of deep breathing, with this 30 seconds of vowels, I need to pull in the clarity focus of the element of air. So whether you're going ah, or om, or E-I-E-I-O with your kid, within 30 seconds, the chatter stops, the fog lifts, and the clarity comes in. Those two itself, water and air, emotions and thoughts and emotions, are game changers. I've seen people get off relaxation meds and stuff. It's crazy. So same thing with all of it. Say, well, it's not my emotions. I'm not feeling grounded. We're out of our body so often. Again, that's your earth element. Get earthy, hug a tree, do earthing, get barefoot. But if you can't do that, if you're on the 30th floor of, your office building, grab a pencil, a wooden anything, a stone, a granite countertop, your crystal. We're all wearing crystals. Anything. This still has the spirit of that tree, a hardwood floor, anything. Grab onto it, mind, body, spirit, whether you're talking to the spirit of the tree or of the solidity of that stone or the marble with the element of the earth element. I need to call in Mother Earth, the grounding. Everybody feels this one a little bit different. I literally feel it like with 30 seconds of breathing, everything is breath. I literally feel it like this warm earthen blanket wraps around me. I'm grounded. I'm back in my body. Some people feel it more like, oh, it's a tree. Like, oh, yeah, deep roots. I'm grounded. However it works for you, just find wood, find stone, find anything, and you can ground yourself. Have a little squawk in your purse. That's it. For fire, again, maybe, the fire is the passion, the movement, the creativity, and spirituality. Say you have a hot date with your honey, but you're not feeling it. Or again, you want to connect to spirit, and that's that fire, the Holy Spirit, fire. Or maybe you're just tired. You have all the earth in the world. You got to get up early though, and you got to get going, and you can't get going. And you can't dance around a bonfire, which is my first choice always. But okay, I'm in my 35th floor of the building. I can't. Working with breath again. The heka for fire is Z. Zzz. It's the dragon sound. It's that lightning strike. So again, okay, I can't light a fire. So whether you're talking to the Holy Spirit, whether you're talking to the breath of a dragon, the volcano exploding, Pele, whatever that is, with this 30 seconds of deep breathing, with this 30 seconds of Z, I need to call in the fire element, the element of fire. Zzz. Now, 30 seconds is a long time. Ask any little 8-year-old, what does a bee sound like? Zzz. Within 30 seconds, though, you start feeling a tingling in the base of your spine or in your heart. And within 30 seconds, you will have the fire, passion, creativity, energy to do whatever you need to do, or to balance it out. If you have too much fire, if you're running around screaming at everybody going, zzz, well, balance it just the same. Nature's amazing like that. So those 4 little things, which are free, you can do anywhere. They literally take 30 seconds. And then when we're in balance, we could go do that spell working, go do that ritual, go do the day job, whatever we have to do. Because I think that is the biggest issue for all of us. Balance. And the world's off balance right now.
Oh, it's all screwed up. Topsy-turvy. What up is down, down is up, inside out, diagonal.
That is brilliant. So, that is the 30-second solution, right?
Yeah, 30 seconds to fix anything. My elemental balancing exercises. That is actually the reason I made my book. It's like, you're out of balance. Huh? You're out of balance. And I got tired of saying that. So now here's the book. Just read it. And then I wanted to add a bunch of other life hacks to it. Why you put a pinch of salt in the toilet? Oh, wait, all your lower chakras are open. Why you do? So I just turned a little book of simple hacks of life, simple spell work, how to talk to dead people, what a glass of water by the side of the bed will do for dream school, stuff like that.
That's fantastic. So tell us the name of your book again.
It is called Old World Magic for the Modern World, Tips, Tricks, and Techniques to Balance, Empower, and to Create a Life You Love.
And how do they find it? Is it on Amazon? Is it on your website?
Yes. On Amazon, you can get it in print, ebook, or audiobook. Ebook or audiobook, $6. Print book is $12. On my website, you can get it in print. And there's some bookstores, but that, few and far between.
And your website is?
PattiNegri.com, PattiNegri.com. And from there, you can get to all my YouTube pages, my school, my social media. Then there's the big spider coming out. Yeah. My podcast, the school, the network.
I was going to say, one of the things that for me, both finding you, Kelly, and you, Patti, for me, y'all are both very real. You're no bullshit. You lay it out, and it's like step by step by step, here's what you need to do kind of thing. So for me, as a student, and I'm looking for those that, know their craft, speak from the heart, speaking their truth. And Kelly, with your shamanism, it's very direct. Yes, you here are the issues. Here's your shadow work. Here's where you're out of balance there, and it's very practical solutions. Patti is the same thing, like what you just gave us. It's practical solutions for the world in which we live now.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was just very cool.
And we're all students. I'm still a student. I will till the day I move on to whatever's next. I hope to be learning something every day.
Yeah, I just had I had a listener send in a question, and she said, asked me a question, and I was like, I have never studied this. Send me what your question is formulated from what materials did you get it from, and let me look into it, and then I will answer your question, which I love because I don't do research. I'm not a researcher, but to answer a question, I will go and do research and then I learn, which makes me happy, right? So yeah, I always say that the best gift you can give a shaman is a new perspective, because it changes all of the other perspectives, right? And it just blossoms everything to a wider scope. So yes, Patti, I feel like we barely scraped the surface of you. I am so thrilled to make your acquaintance. As I said before we got on here, I had heard your name 3 times in a week from 3 different people. And I was like, clearly I need to know this lady. So I'm so glad you came on. I'm sure that we'll need to have you back at some point in the future, because I feel like we've gotten like this much of like that much, right?
I would love it. I'd be honored to. I love what you guys are doing, what you are bringing to the world. So thank you for having me on.
Awesome. Great to have you.
On your podcast, on Witching Hour, we always have the Willow Report. So instead of like a ism today, how about a Willow and a Grace report?
Okay, a Willow and a Grace report.
For those of y'all who don't know, these are her 2 dogs, and they're just the cutest thing. And so she has her Willow report, and now the new puppy, Grace.
She's a kitten. Grace
kitten.
Kitten.
Oops, my bad. It's a kitten.
Okay. It's great. Gender fluid, species fluid.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, Willow is a little wild dachshund, and Grace is a little rescue kitty. And what Grace said before is that they become closer every day, and they take care of each other, and they love each other, and talk about having no agenda and no weird games, and the pure love that they give to us, the happiness that they bring into a household is just incredible. Because what you were talking about before, you just matter of fact, you are what you are, and they are what they are. And the lessons I get from my kitten and crazy puppy every day are immeasurable. So that's them. Love, just love.
There you go. And see, that's going to be our Pattyism for today. It's beautiful. All we need is love.
La, da, 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 da.
All right. Well, Patti, we're going to include all of your information in the show notes so everyone can find you and they can get a hold of your book because everyone needs a copy of it. And that is all that we have for this week, folks. Tune in next time when Kelly adds another chapter into your guide to energy, magic, and the spirit world. I'm Jules, here with Kelly Sparta and Patti Negri, and you have been listening to Spirit Sherpa. So long, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Driving down the road, eyes on the horizon. Within my car, I'm all alone, but feeling good and feeling strong, knowing that this path I'm on brings me to myself. I'm driving